everyone, I hope you're having a fantastic day. In today's episode, we're gonna use up some of our scraps and make this cute little scrappy patchwork purse. So the size of this purse is about 10.5 inch by 8.5 inch and the depth is about 3 inches, and this has the zipper closure and a couple of slip pockets inside. The strap itself is adjustable strap, and we're gonna use the lobster clasp swivel. I just love adjustable strap. I think it's really versatile. So this is a really fun purse to make. You can play around with the fabric and the color of your choice. This will be great for daily errands or casual occasions. Enough to put your necessities like cell phone, keys, wallet, and probably some makeup as well. As always, if you have any question, don't hesitate to ask me in the comment section down below. And without further ado, let's get started. So here is the pattern for our bag. So you can go ahead and screenshot this, or you may also download the PDF format. I will have that link in the description box down below. Then you want to go ahead and cut all of your pieces accordingly and then lay them out as shown here or based on the template. First, we're going to sew the fabric C and fabric D. So take these pieces right side together, and then of course you want to sew this with 1/4 inch of seam allowance. Then go ahead and press, doesn't matter to which direction. Then we're going to join them with fabric E. Alright, so now that we've got our front exterior shell already pieced together, go ahead and cut your back exterior shell. It should be obviously identical with your front exterior shell. For the interfacing, we're gonna use the fusible woven interfacing that you cut identical with your front and back exterior shell. Then we're gonna also use the fusible fleece, and for the fusible fleece, you're gonna cut this 1/2 inch shorter. We do this to minimize the bulk when we sew the zipper later. Lay your fabric wrong side up, and then you want to take the fusible woven interfacing with the glue side down. You can feel the glue side, which is the rougher side. Then you want to go ahead and fuse this with an iron according to the manufacturer's instruction. Here I've got my fusible woven interfacing already fused. Now we're going to take the fusible fleece and lay that on top of the wrong side of your fabric, glue side down. And there should be about 1/2 inch of gap on the upper top of your fabric, since we cut the fusible fleece 1/2 inch shorter. Now go ahead and fuse this according to the manufacturer's instruction. Once you've done fusing both of your front and back exterior shells with the interfacings, you have the option to quilt this if you wish to, or leave it the way it is. So I'm going to quilt only my front exterior shell. I'm just gonna use straight stitching and just gonna follow the shape of the block just to add the extra accent. You can also do simple straight stitching lines or wavy lines, whatever it is that you like. Next, we're going to prepare the lining pieces and the slip pocket pieces. Lay your slip pocket pieces right side together, and then you're gonna go ahead and sew the top and the bottom with 1/2 inch of seam allowance. And once you've done that, you want to go ahead and turn this piece inside out, and then go ahead and give that a quick press. Then top stitch the upper top of your slip pocket. Lay your pocket piece on the right side of your lining piece, just like so. It should be 3 inches from the top. Then you're going to draw a vertical line on the center point of your slip pocket, and then you're going to sew on that line, and at the bottom as well. So here I've got mine already sewn. Don't worry about the sides here, it's gonna get stitched anyway with the side seams. Next we're going to work on the zipper. So I'm going to use this polyester zipper, and you will need your zipper to be at least 12 inches long. And obviously my zipper here is a lot longer than what I needed. So I'm going to line up this zipper with my fabric, and then I'm just gonna trim off the excess zipper. Next we're going to make the zipper tab. So cut 2 scraps of fabric. The width of the fabric should be the same as the width of your zipper tape, and the length should be at least 3 inches. Fold your zipper tab in half just like so, and then you want to place this on the end of your zipper about an inch away from the edge, just like shown here. And then you want to go ahead and pin that in place. Take the other zipper tab and then fold that in half as well, and then this one you're gonna place right on the extension tape just like so. Secure that in place with a pin as well, and then you're going to sew right along the edges of the fold. So I'll move my needle all the way to the left, and I'm gonna use the edges of my presser foot here as my guide. And you're gonna end up with something like this. If you got extra fabric from the zipper tab, go ahead and trim that off. Now we're going to prepare the strap anchor. So cut a fabric measuring 4 by 5 inches. So you're gonna go over to your ironing board. So you're going to fold this fabric in half widthwise just like so, and then press. And once you've done that, you want to open the fold and then fold the edges towards the center fold just like so, and then you want to press that again, then fold everything in half again and press. So you're gonna end up with something like this. Now go ahead and sew all around with 1/8 of an inch of seam allowance. Measure 2.5 inch or the center point of this strap and then cut. Attach your strap to the D-ring just like so, and then you're gonna place this on the side of your back exterior shell about 1.5 inches away from the top just like so, and then you want to do the same for the other side. Then go ahead and sew with 1/4 inch of seam allowance. Lay your front exterior shell right side up, and then take your zipper. I like to open it up a little bit and place this right side down, and then take your lining piece, lay that right side down, secure them in place with some fabric clips, and then go ahead and sew along the edges with 1/4 inch of seam allowance. Once you're approaching the zipper pull, you want to stop stitching and then go ahead and move your zipper pull out of the way and go ahead and continue stitching. Open up your sandwich just like so. Then you want to smoothen up the edges. I'm using my Hera marker here. If you don't have it, you can also use iron, but set that on the low heat setting. Next, you're going to top stitch along the edges. This time I move my needle all the way to the right, and then again I use the edge of my presser foot as the guide. So when I do top stitching, I like to lengthen my stitch length. I'm using 3mm stitch length here, and as you can see here, I'm really taking my time and not to rush the whole process, since these stitches are going to be exposed, so you want to do your best to make it look nice. So I goofed up a little bit and forgot to draw square at the bottom corners of my pieces in order to box this purse later. So we're gonna do that now. Draw 1.5 inch squares on the bottom corners of your pieces, both exterior shell and the lining as well. Once you've done that, we're going to continue on and attach the zipper to the back exterior shell. So you want to have your back exterior shell facing right side up and then your zipper right side down. And then take your lining piece and lay that right side down. Secure them in place with some fabric clips and then go ahead and sew along the edges with 1/4 inch of seam allowance. Once you've done that, go ahead and open up the sandwich, smoothen up the edges with your hero marker or iron, and then go ahead and top stitch along the edges, and you're gonna end up with something like this. Next, you're going to take your lining right side together and have your exterior shell right side together as well, just like so. Now you want to make sure that you unzip your zipper. We're going to secure this in place with some fabric clips. So start from where the zipper is, and you're gonna match the seams there, and then go ahead and put a fabric clip there. Then you want to work your way all around just like so. So we're going to sew this all around except of the bottom corners. Just leave that out, we're gonna do that later. And then you want to leave about 3 to 4 inches of opening on the bottom of your lining, just like what I'm showing you here. This is to turn the purse inside out later. So go ahead and sew with 1/2 inch of seam allowance. So here I've got my piece already sewn, and this is the opening bottom. Now we're going to work on the bottom corners of the back. So go ahead and open this one up and match the seams just like so. Secure that in place with a fabric clip, and then go ahead and sew with 1/2 inch of seam allowance. So you want to do the same for all 4 bottom corners of your purse. Now we're going to turn this piece inside out through the opening bottom. Poke all the corners of your purse with your fingers and the corners of your zipper as well. Alright, I think it's looking great so far. Pull your lining out and find the opening hole at the bottom. Fold that in 1/2 inch just like so, and then go ahead and sew along the edges. And once you've done that, go ahead and put your lining back inside. Now we're going to work on the straps. The length of your straps should be about 60 inches if you want your strap to be a crossbody. So here I've got a strip measuring 4 inches wide. The length of this strip is about 42 inches. I cut this widthwise and then I trim off the selvage end. And I also cut another piece. This one is about 20 inches long. So I'm going to join them together. Cross your strips right side together just like so. Then we're going to draw a diagonal line from this corner to the bottom corner. Line up your ruler on that diagonal angle and then draw with your fabric marker. Secure that in place with a fabric pin, and then go ahead and sew on the line. And once you've done sewing, you're going to trim off the excess fabric here. Open up your strip and then go ahead and press the seams open. Next, we're going to work on the interfacing. So you need to cut your interfacing 2 inches wide and 59-inch long, or an inch shorter than your strip. You can cut several pieces like what I do here. Lay your interfacing on the wrong side of your strap, glue side down just like so, and then you want to center that just like shown here. And you want to start 1/2 inch away from the end of your strap, and you want to do the same for the other end of your strap as well. Now I want to take the other piece of interfacing. So you're going to fuse this according to the manufacturer's instruction. So you're going to end up with something like this. So you're going to go back to your ironing board and press this strap pretty much the same way you did the strap anchor. The only difference is you're going to first press the end of your strap towards the inside about 1/2 inch, just like what I'm showing here. And once you've done that, you're going to fold your strap in half and press. Then you want to open the fold and fold the edges towards the center fold and press. And then you want to fold everything again and press. So you're going to end up with something like this. So if you see all the fold lines there and all the raw edges of your end of the strap will be all enclosed. Now you want to go ahead and sew this all around with 1/8 of an inch of seam allowance. Prepare 2 lobster clasp, swivel, and adjuster slider. The roll should be measuring 1 inch. Hold your slider right side up, and then you want to take one of the end of your strap and feed that from the wrong side towards the right side and back to the wrong side, just like so. You want to have about 1.5 inch of clearance there, and then go ahead and sew 2 lines to secure this in place. You want to sew back and forth several times to add extra bond to your strap. And you're gonna end up with something like this. Now you want to set this aside, still in the same position. Then you want to take the other end of your strap and insert the lobster clasp just like so. Pull your strap, and then you want to position your lobster clasp somewhere in the middle. Then you want to feed this end of the strap through the slider from the wrong side towards the right side, and then back to the wrong side, and then you want to pull your strap. Meanwhile, you want to make sure that there is no twist. Alright, it's looking good. Now you want to take your other lobster clasp and you want to insert that through the strap from the outside towards the inside, just like so. Then you want to go ahead and sew 2 lines to secure this in place. And once you've got your strap sewn and ready to go ahead and attach this to your purse. And voila, your purse is done. And that's all I have for you today, guys. Thumbs up if you like this tutorial, and I shall see you next time with another fun sewing project. Goodbye!